Hello and welcome back, everyone, to part 4. If you haven't been following us, we're talking with a pretty amazing and big deal. One, we have Breakfield and Burkey over here, who are award-winning authors, right? We got Derek Shoales, who is a voice actor who does all of their audiobooks, and the audiobook that just dropped, Enigma Force. Make sure you go and check it out. But I heard a little rumor that someone else on this call is award-winning. So Roxanne, fill me in, spill the beans. What's going on?
I have to. It's one of the reasons that we enjoy working with Derek so much, because he's award-winning, and he's award-winning for our books, which makes it just absolutely wonderful. So we won a first place with Indie Tale magazine on one of the Audible recordings. We've won a first place with a Houston publishing company, Primrose, that actually did an award as well. Lots of finalist things. We were at the Here Now event together as a finalist, which was the very first time that we actually met face to face. So that was exciting, because Derek lives on the East Coast. So it's not exactly like he gets to Texas very often, but he has come back since then too. It was a stunning surprise. But he is an award-winning author. And so because this actually launched yesterday on Audible, we were able to enter it into this year's Audis. So here's everybody, nothing but good thoughts. And if anybody would like to have a code, all they have to do is send a note to authors@enigmaseries.com, and we will send codes.
Now, don't forget, he also snagged the distinguished favorite from New York Book Awards.
Oh, that's right.
From the Audible. I mean, I saw that and I sent it off to you, Derek. I went, oh, wow. Yeah. Put this on your pedigree, buddy, because, this is good stuff. It's close to home. So you'll be able to see what travel, not too far to be able to get the award. And there's more. That's just the preliminary finals. And I finished grading. Yeah. So we're a finalist. Nice. Thanks to you.
Good. I wasn't aware of that part, but
I love it. So this relationship is just like I said, in part 3, it's just like a family. You over here, remember, just hands and, best friend over here. And then, you've won all these awards, which I find, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, and please do if I am. But I feel like being a voice actor and then, winning these awards, especially when you're voice acting for books, is incredibly difficult. I can only imagine how difficult it would be to do that, to win those.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Winning any kind of award is a weird thing, just because it's subjective and you never know what the judges are going to feel like or what their criteria are going to be in the moment. So anytime it comes up, I'm a finalist. Okay, cool. I didn't realize that we got that far, but okay. So it's always a nice surprise when I actually get it. I don't expect it, but when it happens, it's awesome.
Yeah. See, I love that. And, on audiobooks, we had kind of mentioned, I listen to a lot a week, as long as my kids kind of cooperate. I don't necessarily listen to books that my 5 and 4-year-old can listen to, but what they don't tell their dad is, our secret. That's how this works. Right. But I try to listen to at least 6 a week's kind of my thing, and so I feel like there's all kinds of different realms. And, now you have AI, right? That's kind of playing a role. So I can only imagine how fierce competition is. And so, man, kudos to you for winning all these awards and everything. And especially, with your relationship with Breakfield and Burkey. I just think, things like that, I think are precious. And, you don't hear those stories very often. So I love y'all's story. It's great. Absolutely love it. So, Derek, we got to talk about you, right?
Okay.
We have to talk about you. So I'm dying to know. So I work with a lot of authors. Roxanne knows a lot of authors, right? A lot of authors listen to our show, even our shorts. And so I'm sure they have questions as to what genres do you do? What are your parameters? What will you not do? Do you work with publishers? Give me all the juicy details about everything that you do.
Okay. Well, as of this moment, I had to look it up. I've got over 110 audiobooks I've narrated total. The genres I typically get typecast, I should say, is like mostly fantasy, science fiction. I've done a bunch of. In the case of Roxanne Charles, it's like a techno thriller series kind of thing. So that's that. I've also done a lot of nonfiction stuff as well. So there's that. I even recently just did a series which was a light Japanese light novel series that was translated into English, and that
nice.
was I loved the most. It was fun. So but primarily it's a lot of like the fantasy sci-fi and even like in a way the real world fiction kind of stuff that's like still based on reality, but it's still fantastical in a way. So those are the main genres that I get cast for, and I do work with publishers, primarily Tantor, mostly recorded book stuff. So it's like, Tantor, Gildan, well, not Gildan anymore. Now it's Ascent Audio, Highbridge, Christian Audio. I've also done a couple for McGraw, no less, too. So some educational stuff as well.
Nice. I love it. And you mentioned, on one of our earlier one that, the more detailed it is in terms of like if it's gore or whatever, that's not really your vibe.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to say that, maybe certain genres aren't the best fit for those, like super gore, like Aimee's books, like super just killer. Maybe that's probably not up your alley, or like off the deep end romance probably isn't.
Yeah, I even got some keywords to flag for from one of the proofers I worked with, and I'm like, wait, that's a thing people listen to. She's like, you have no idea my list. I'm like, oh my god, okay, yeah, we're staying away from that. Like, let's just say zombies were really involved, and I'm like, okay, that's not my cup of tea.
Oh, come on, Pride and Prejudice and zombies.
Well, it's not just that there were zombies; it's things that were going on. So
that's not. Yeah, no, I know. It's a crazy world out there. I have recently, discovered some in some of my groups that I was like, there's no way this is like a legit thing. Yeah. So no, I can understand. And
then you dive into, you find out it's actually a massive subgenre that you never even realized. Like, oh my god.
I know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. Mm-hmm. And my mouth drops every time that there's a recommendation from people in my group. I'm like, I'm just staying away from that. But no, I love that, and I respect that you have what your limits are and what you enjoy reading and what your boundaries are. And I respect a person that has that, because we don't always have that kind of opportunity. So since we're on the cusp, and we're talking about boundaries and everything like that, children's books, where are we? Do you enjoy doing those? That's something that you do? What's the avenue?
I haven't been cast for anything like that. But I do enjoy it. Like I have kids myself, and they even though they're like in their teens, they still have me read to them at night,
Well, yeah, so, I would too. If you were my dad, I don't care how old I am. Read me a book, Dad. Yeah, I would too. So,
and of course I have to do the character. So it's like, but the worst part is I don't have my MP3. So I'm like, oh god, how did I narrate this guy in the last chapter? Oh god.
He's changed a little bit in this one. Okay. He's grown up.
He's puberty at this one,
I love it. I love it.
Read to your kids. I mean, I was reading to my kids, but it's always, when I got finished reading, they always ask their mom, what happened to Harry Hopper's head? I mean, I don't remember that being in the earlier version that he read. Yeah. Well, his dad got tired of reading that book, so he invented something. So
oh my goodness, I'm telling you, no, I love that. And like I said, I work with a lot of authors. Roxanne knows a lot of authors, especially in Texas, between the two of us. And there's a lot of authors that listen to it. But the number one question, Derek, that I get, and that's why I'm so glad that we could do like this mini series with you, is audiobooks. How do I do it? How do I find someone? What do I do? Right. So right. Bring us home, Derek. Close us out. How do people find you? How can they get in touch with you? Tell us everything we need to know.
You can find me on most of I don't get on social media that much, although I do have accounts. Like I have on Twitter. I refuse to call it X. I will never call it X. Twitter, I have on there. That's under Derek Shoales. I technically have an Instagram account, but I don't use it. But you also find me, obviously you can look and find me on Audible, but if you really want to contact me, DerekShoalesVoice.com. That's actually my main website, where I have audiobook samples up there. I have a list of stuff I've done. My SAG code is up there as well. So, there's a lot of you'll find most of the main communication that way is through my main website.
I love it. Well, you guys heard it straight from a voice actor, award winner, works with authors, some award-winning authors themselves, has done multiple ones of their book, how to get in touch with him, how to go about just doing it, how he fell into voice acting. So if you ever have any more questions about audiobook, just re-listen to this series. Okay, but go and check out Derek on his website. Listen to his books that he has read for Breakfield and Burkey because they are amazing. And, hey, if you want him to read to your kids, maybe he'll do that too over the phone. You just never know. Okay, it's an option. It's an option,
Nice.
Derek.
Like that.
Yes, but no, I'm so glad I got to do this and hang out with Breakfield and Burkey and to have a more in-depth conversation with you, Derek. I absolutely love it. This has been so much fun. For you guys all listening, we hope that you enjoyed it. You learned something. Reach out to Derek. Go and check out Enigma's series and airs. Enigma Force is out live. Go and listen to it. But until next time, everybody, have a wonderful night. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.